皆さんこんにちは。McIsaac です。今日は新しいマンションを紹介します。Today we're going to show you a new mansion in Fukuoka, Japan. 行きましょう。So at the front entrance here, you don't need the key to physically unlock the door. If you have it on you, it detects if you're nearby and unlocks automatically. Just off to the side, there's an intercom and camera system. And below there is a newspaper and mail delivery slot. Now just going into the main entrance here. So when you first walk in, this is the Genkan area. This is where you take your shoes off and you can put your slippers on. We already have slippers on. And to the right there is a closet for storage, and you can see some equipment already in here. That's because the company that will reconstruct this place will begin work soon. What I mean by that is that you can see tape and X's on the door. So that means that anything marked with an X is going to be remodeled. This is a brand new mansion in Fukuoka, and it is in the process of being remodeled. So just off the entrance in Genkan area, there's going to be a large mirror placed here for when you're putting your coat on and your shoes to get ready. But let's have a look at the first room here just off the entrance. This will be converted into a gallery or working space. And then right off the back here is a walk-in closet. I'm told this is going to be converted into a shoe closet, apparently. So then right off of this room is one of the balconies, and this is the 21st floor that we're on at the moment. And this is a view of Ohori Park, which is the famous park here in Fukuoka. And then panning over here is a view of the Hakata area. And then heading this way up the balcony faces towards the bay. And you can see that the balcony goes all the way down that hallway to the end of the mansion. Okay, let's go back into that room that we just came out of. And on the wall here it says Kaiko, which means opening, or Tori hazushite agemasu, which means this whole wall will be removed and it will be opened up so you can overlook another part of the mansion, which we will show you in just a little bit. But let's go out into the main hall here. So this is the main hallway of the upper floor, and just immediately off of the entrance to the right here is a closet, which is intended to be fitted with a steamer or an LG styler, so you can wash your own clothes and dry clean your own clothes from home, keep them nice and fresh, and it will be fitted into this closet. And then opposite of that closet, this is the main bath area. It has 2 sinks and a very large mirror with nice lighting as well. Hi. And then just behind that is a laundry area, santaki. And these doors slide into themselves to save more space, with some more storage just up top. And there's nice big drawers here with lots of storage for makeup and toiletries and cosmetics. And the mirrors open up, and each of them have outlets in them as well. And then there's a closet just over here for towels and more storage and toiletries or anything else. And then just on the wall here are settings for inside the shower for heat and drying and dehumidifying. And then into the bathtub and shower area, which has a large window for viewing out or inside, you know, who's ever looking in. Has a nice bathtub, jacuzzi style with jets and different water flow settings. There's a mirror in the shower area as well, next to the shower head. So it's high enough for me, much higher than my current bathroom. And then just up here is a rain shower. And the fan, which I mentioned before, for heating and drying and dehumidifying or just airing out the space. Okay, and across from that is the main bathroom, the toire, which has a small washlet in it. And above the toilet is storage and cupboards. Oh, I forgot. I forgot. It opens automatically as soon as you come close to it. It has a sensor, so it gets prepared for you. And there's an LED light for nighttime as well, if you don't want to turn the light on. And I just want to show you on the wall here are the bidet settings for the toilet, which has seat and warmth and water flow settings. You can set the temperature, the seat temperature as well. And currently there is a stone pattern on the wall. Just below the washlet is some more storage, cupboard space there, and the washlet itself is activated by sensor.
Yep.
Continuing down that hallway, we'll come to a large walk-in closet with additional shelving and storage on top. Again, you can see more X's on the walls and on the doors. That means that this entire area will actually be taken out. It'll just be one big, large master room. And I'll show you what that may look like because there's a couple rooms that will be turned into just one big room. And then across the way, as I said, you can see X's everywhere, which means all of this will be taken out. This is a smaller storage closet that will be opened up into this room, and this is one of the bedrooms. Quite a small bedroom, not large by any means, but there is a 3-door closet in this room. And then just behind is another part of the balcony, which overlooks the same view that we had before of beautiful Ohori and Fukuoka. And then at the end of the mansion, just down the way, that's where I was before, at the end of the balcony. And people have asked in other videos as well, but this just down here, this is actually your escape route. This is how you would get down to the next level below you. If there was ever a fire or an earthquake, whatever it might be, and you need to get down, this is your escape emergency hatch. Or you can just take the quick way. You're going to need a big pillow down there. And then for hanging laundry, these are saokake, which means you just need the pole between them to hang clothes, towels, or your futon for airing out. Okay, back into the room that we just came out of, and again you'll see the X on the wall. This wall will be completely taken out, and we'll open up into the next room, making this room, the room that we're in, instead of 2 rooms, the next room, the master room, will be just one big room, which is this room right here. Which itself is not a big master room by any means, but the reason why it's called a master room is because of a very large walk-in closet, which is right there. But there's the X on the wall, just like on the other side, which means this will all be open up. But let's have a look at that large walk-in closet. I'll walk right inside here. So that other walk-in closet, which I had shown you just before, is on the other side of this, and you'll see the X's, which this wall will open up and open into the next walk-in closet. So that'll just be one large walk-in closet, and the rooms and doors and walls here will be taken out to make one large master room. So the mansion will then be 1.5 or 2 rooms. And of course, this goes right off into the balcony as well, which is at the end of the mansion of the corner lot. Alright, let's head downstairs, but before we do that, there's a few amenities in this building I'd like to show you first. We'll head down to the 14th floor, which has a concierge desk. And across from there is the Sky Lounge, which is a nice area for relaxing, chatting, having some friends over, hosting a small meeting. Help yourself to some coffee. Nice fireplace here, which looks out into the view of Fukuoka. And you can also step outside into the Sky Terrace, which allows for a nice, comfortable, relaxing space outside. Again, with the same view as we had upstairs, looking out into Ohori. Lovely pond here. And out into the Fukuoka traffic. Okay, and then the next area. Also on the 14th floor is a training gym area. You just need your fob key to scan into it. And again, there's a Genkan here where you must remove your outside footwear and change into your inside fitness footwear or sock feet, whatever you prefer to work out in. And I'll briefly show you this area. It's a nice little space. It has some decent equipment here. Good for keeping in shape, keeping fit. Nothing over the top, just some simple equipment here. There's a bicycle, elliptical, a couple treadmills, and a nice fitness and stretching area here with a very large mirror. Some training mats, very sizable area. with a view to outside, with a cool down bench outside. And this bench is an all-in-one. It has some dumbbells and some stretch bands. And I'm pointing off into the distance there. Sorry, it's quite washed out, but I'm pointing at Fukuoka Tower, which is just beyond the way there. So a nice sitting area with some instruction manuals if you want to learn how to use the fitness equipment, because this area is not staffed. There's music playing in the hallway.
From the speaker.
And each floor has aroma diffusers. So the key is in my pocket, just scan and it takes you back to the floor that you're supposed to be on. Now let's head back upstairs so I can show you the downstairs of the upstairs, the lower level. Which of course is a gorgeous kitchen area with a beautiful large island with sink and cooktop and lots of storage. It's a beautiful space with automatic lighting, sensor lighting that turns on automatically. You can adjust it to your setting when you come into the area. So there is some remodeling going to be happening in this area as well, one of which is this exhaust fan. I'm 6'8" or 203 centimeters, so that causes a slight issue. There's an oven built in. Right next to that is a fridge. Large refrigerator, double door refrigerator. And below that was some freezer space. And obviously when closed, it just blends right into the decor itself. Next to that is a trash, rubbish, garbage bin for burnable garbage, pet bottles, and recycling. This kitchen space has plenty of storage for appliances, dishes, food items. There are outlets on the wall, which are covered for any splashes and can be covered right back up. There's an induction cooktop with 4 cooktops on it. A 3-tier dishwasher. A very large pantry, again for storing your food items. And the island itself has plenty of storage as well, again for additional dishes and appliances. But let's have a look at this space here. It's not the largest area. The balconies take up a lot of that space. That's the upper floor. Currently we're on the 20th floor. Upper floor is 21st floor. But I'll show you more about this area. Some of this is going to be remodeled. What do you think of this space? How would you decorate it? So you'll see when I walk in here about the ceiling height. And the exhaust fan again. So let's have a walk out onto the balcony. Again, this is the 20th floor. This is facing the bay area. And just beyond the way there, I'll point it out. There's Fukuoka Tower that I was pointing to before from the 14th floor. Just right here. That's Fukuoka Tower. And then over here is the well-known Hilton Hotel. And then just beyond that is the PayPay Dome, Mizuho PayPay Dome, where the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks play baseball. And many concerts and events happen there as well. Again, Ohori Koen with another balcony just around the side. So on this balcony, there's a little washlet there for washing dishes or watering plants. But let's go back into the main living area. And just on the wall here are all the controls for air conditioning, lighting, the intercom system, as well as ceiling fans, which gets the air circulating through this area. So for this area, not a whole lot will change except this wall. This is the wall that's going to be completely removed. Well, not entirely. So from the corner of this island, straight up and across to the other balcony railing, this wall will all be removed. Of course, the flooring will stay. That wall will completely open up, allowing you to view out or view in, down into the living area and kitchen area, or up into that room. Air conditioning is built into the ceiling. This will be converted into a fireplace. And this may be the entertainment and sitting area for TV and sofas. And this area intends to be the kitchen area with a large dining table. And just off of the living area is another smaller balcony. I'm not exactly sure what the purpose of this balcony is. Of course, it could be another sitting area or just a place for some fresh air, or I imagine if you're a smoker, might be a little smoking area. Okay, so just off this main area, down this little hallway here, off the stairs, is the second bathroom. It's a two-piece bathroom. There's a washlet and a toilet in here. It's the exact same washlet as the upper floor, the same toilet as the upper floor, same storage cupboards as the upper floor, and the stone pattern on the wall. The bidet has the LED, like I mentioned before, for nighttime. And then just off of the bathroom, opposite across the hall, is a crawl space, a little storage area.
Puppy's room though.
Or the puppy's room. We plan to get a dog at some point, and that could be the dog's little play or sleep area. Or it could be my room when I've been acting up. Okay, so that's the mansion. So as you can see, it is completely empty. There's nothing in here except for the toilet and a few things, but that's because the reconstruction is going to be happening in about a couple days from now. And at that point, we'll have to come by, give the okay, and then even then acquire new furniture and get lighting and couches and TVs and carpets and dishes and everything else to move in here comfortably. So by the time that happens, it might even be September of 2025. But if you watched my videos a few months ago, you would see that I am living in my own studio apartment at the moment. And who knows, maybe in half a year, I won't be there anymore. Okay, thank you so much for watching this one. We'll see you in the next one. Stick around to see how life develops for us here in Fukuoka, Japan, or anywhere in the world. Arigatou gozaimasu.